Hello, this is the project for art class for Nicholas Savoca and Sam Poliachik, and today we're going to be making derby pie. Okay, so first what we do to make derby pie is this is the oven, and we set this on bake for 350. And yeah, so now we're going to go to start preparing the food. So we do have a recipe here, and we will be following this. And yes, I'm Nicholas, and Sam is the cameraman. So so it says first thing we need is 1 cup of sugar, and here's our cup labeler right here. And so what we're gonna need is sugar. Okay. So here's the sugar. We're going to take this. Well, what you want to do when you're making this, you want to make it overflow, and then make sure you wash your hands before, and you want to go just like this to make sure that's flat. Okay? And then we're just going to leave this here. Okay? We're going to close this up. Okay. Next it says half a cup of sifted flour. So we're going to get half a cup. Didn't come prepared for this. Yeah, this is half a cup. This is the sifter, and sifted flour, just make sure that the flour isn't chunked up, which means while you're eating you won't have really chunky pieces of raw flour. So yeah, so here's our flour. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing that we did with the sugar. We're going to go like this, make it flat. Right, okay. Okay, then we're gonna, this is the mixing container. So we're gonna put this inside of the sifter, inside of this container. So we're gonna leave that there. We're gonna put this over here. We're gonna close up flour. Okay. Then next thing that it says for us to do is 2 eggs that are slightly beaten. So we have 2 eggs right here, non-organic. So then how you would just crack them is you would go in the corner, not that hard, crack them, open it very gently. Then you would make sure that you don't get any pieces of the egg inside. We're going to throw it in the trash can. Do the same thing for another egg. There you go, no egg pieces. And if there are any egg pieces, then you can wash your hands. Like right here I have pieces of egg, and I just want to wipe that off so none of that can get in any other components of the pie. Okay. Then what we're going to take is we're going to get a fork. And even though most people say you will need a whisk, forks are better because you can get inside of it. So we're just going to mix this up, and then yeah. But before we finish mixing this up, we're going to move on to the butter, because the butter we're going to need to melt. So here we go. So here's the container for the butter. Here's the butter. It's a 8 tablespoons of butter. This is unsalted. It doesn't make a difference if it's salted or not, but I prefer unsalted. So we would just put this butter inside of here. Try to get it off. Okay. And then since this is the stick of butter, it's already melted a little bit, but then here's our microwave, high tech. Then we're gonna put this in here. Wait, yeah, I'll just put this in here. To make sure that it doesn't explode, we're gonna put this over top. That doesn't fit, never mind. It explodes, okay. We're just gonna put it in there for maybe, timer, let's do 15 seconds, because butter melts super. Technical difficulties. Oh my gosh, no, wait, I'm sorry. Boink. Okay, so now that we've finally fixed the microwave, but just for some reason it won't let me do it for the amount of time that I need to. So we're just gonna hit 30 seconds. You can sort of see it inside of there. So Sam is gonna keep the butter in there while I start to mix up the eggs, as I'm doing right here. And you need to make it so it's fully yellow. So, okay, and now if Sam goes back to you can see how it's melted already with only 30 seconds. Now if you put it in there too long, it's gonna explode, and then you're gonna have to clean up your parents' microwave. Which, trust me, that's not fun. Okay, so now it's done. You can see it. Okay, it's not that hot on the top. Okay, so then what you would do, take a spoon, mix it up, make sure that you don't have any chunky pieces. Make sure that it's all liquid. Every single piece is liquid. After you've done and checked that, this is a complicated part that a lot of people were confused with, especially me when I was learning how to make it. Is it doesn't say on the recipe, but you need to put this inside of your freezer. Because what we're gonna do next is we're gonna mix the main ingredients, the pecans, chocolate chips, and flour and sugar into this bowl. Then we're gonna take another bowl and mix the eggs and this into another bowl. Hold on. Then we're gonna mix this into another bowl. Now, if this is already hot, it's gonna cook the egg, and then it's just gonna mess it all up because, yeah, it's gonna cook the egg. You're gonna have breakfast for dessert. And then here's our freezer. I'm just gonna take this out. Just gonna put this in here. Not to the point where it'll actually freeze, but just gonna leave it in there for a fair amount of time. So now what we're gonna do is this is fully mixed up. So now we're gonna push this to the side. Now we're gonna move on to this right here. Now what we're gonna do is see how I'm doing this? So it looks like snow on the bottom. It's so light. You might not be able to see it with the camera. I'm just gonna do this until I get everything down to a very fine area. And if I do it too much, then it'll actually fall out of it. So now if you look at it, all of that is very fine powder. And now I have more thicker pieces up here. So now what you would do is you just keep on doing this. See, well, only this much left. Keep on doing it. Now, it may have a couple of like thicker pieces like that right there. This right here, that won't make a huge difference. Or like this powder right here that'll get caught in it, right here. So then what you can do is you can just pour the rest into there. And this, we have no more use for this. So this is the base of it right now. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add the sugar in. With 1 cup of sugar, just pour it in. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put in pecans. Okay. So for the pecans, we will need 1 cup of pecans. And this right here is something that we bought from the store a couple years ago. And this is exactly 1 cup. And how this works is you would put pecans inside of this and you would grind them up because it needs to be grinded to maybe 1/20th of a size of a pecan, and then you get 1 cup of those, you pour them in there. Full-size pecans don't taste the same as the other ones, so this is how we're going to do it, and this would be how much you would regularly need for a regular size of these. So you don't have to do this, but just to show comparatively speaking, we're going to put these in here, and even though it may not all fit inside, we're just going to stuff this top with them. We're going to put this white top on top, and then yeah, we're going to mix this up, and you can see it in the bottom. As I'm mixing them up, they're falling from the top, and if you look on the top, we have less than we had before. I'm trying to make this quick so we don't have to cut. Okay, and as you see, we're only a half a cup full, and we don't have any more pecans. So then what we would do is we would just take more pecans and fill this up until there's no more room on the bottom clear container. And then we will have enough pecans. Okay, here we go. Okay, so now we've already grinded all this up. There's no more left, and this is a full cup of this. Okay, so we're gonna put this over here with the dirty dishes, and we're gonna or if my finger doesn't get stuck, we're gonna unscrew this top, put the top over here. This is exactly 1 cup. We're not gonna pull that in there yet. Then we're gonna take a measuring cup, and we're gonna need 6, not 3. What am I talking? 6 ounces of chocolate chips. So this is what makes it sweet. So you can see the 6 ounces right there. We're gonna fill it up. Now adding more, adding less isn't gonna make a huge difference, but it's just gonna make the ratio of batter to chocolate chips greater or less. So we're just gonna do a little bit over 6 because we're not gonna be really precise. It's not gonna make a big difference on the taste. So we're gonna put that away. So now we have these two. Okay, and yeah, so we'll get back to you as soon as we actually no, we're not gonna get back to you. But now the next part that we have to do is the pure vanilla extract. Now we're back with the vanilla extract part. So after we made Sam taste this and he almost puked, now this smells very good, but the taste tastes very oily and disgusting.
It's not like vanilla.
But it does taste good when it's cooked, okay? With other ingredients. So we're gonna open this up and yeah, so from behind Sam's ear, we're gonna take the measuring cup. So we need 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. So this part we're not gonna do yet because that goes on the end. And I know I just tricked you, but so now let's go check on the butter. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna touch it. It's not cold, but it's not warm. It's like room temperature, which is perfect. Okay. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna take the eggs inside of the butter. We're gonna pour it all in there. Make sure you get every single piece of it. Okay. Now what we do, mix this up. This is gonna be the liquid part of it. Okay, this you don't have to mix really well, but still mix it. Okay, so now we're gonna push this aside. Now we're gonna put in. We already have the sugar and the flour. So now we're gonna put in the chocolate chips, 6 ounces of chocolate chips. Pour that in there. Then we're gonna pour the cup of grinded up pecans. Now that looks like a sundae. But okay. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna pour the mixture of butter and eggs on top of it. Okay. Butter and eggs. And then now what we're gonna do, we're gonna take the vanilla extract. Okay. We're gonna always pour it over, so if it ever goes over it, then it goes inside of this rather than on the counter if we put it on over here. Then we can just pour this on. Now it doesn't really matter the order that you do it in, or the order that I did it in is the order that I always do it, and my family does it, so that would be the best way, I would think, because I'm awesome. And so yeah, it's a bunch of dirty dishes. Now this is almost the finished product. So we have the 1 cup of sugar, we have the a half a cup of sifted flour, 2 eggs, two eggs that are slightly beaten, 1 stick of butter, melted and cooked and frozen or cooled, 1 cup of pecans, 6 ounces of chocolate chips, 1 tablespoon of vanilla, and the 9-inch pie shell we are going to do after we mix this up. So, yeah, so we're gonna do that when we get back to you. Okay, so now that we have the main part done, and yeah, so I just wanted to come over here and see that the oven has pre-baked to 350. So inside it's really hot, and so it'll be ready when we need it. So now, most people would use a whisk. We have plenty of whisk, but the problem with the whisk is as soon as you get it in there with derby pie, it makes it all mush, and it's really hard to get this out. You would have to use a knife and stuff. So then what we're gonna look for is something like this. This is perfect. This type of fabric, sort of thing. And it's like gelish, and so
rubber, maybe?
Rubber, yeah, that's Sam's genius. And so this is gonna be able to bend around, and nothing's gonna get stuck on it because it's so slick. So, yeah. So then, how you would do it is what I do is I stagger it to make sure that there's holes in every place for the liquid to go through, and then I hold one side. This bowl fortunately has a place for your thumb, and you could just roll it like this. Keep on moving, and you see the flour on the bottom. It should all look as if it's like a piece of barf, really.
A piece.
Yeah, a pile of barf, not a piece. So, and you see how I'm mixing it up, and I'm trying to get all the white out. So I just keep on staggering it, keep on lifting it up, and pulling it all the way through. So we're gonna get back to you when we're done. So after we finally mixed this all up, there's no white spaces at all. It just looks like a pile of throw up, Nashville. And so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the pie crust. Yeah, I was tasting it. It tastes delicious raw. It tastes even better cooked. So Sam's gonna leave that there. I'm gonna go inside of the freezer, and then we're gonna get the pie crust. 9-inch pie crust from Food Lion. Okay. Was that hole there before? Yes, it was. Okay. Now what we're gonna do, open this up with a cracked pie. Okay. Yeah. So that one is gonna be for nothing. Throw this away. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna take this wonderfulness that is this.
Okay.
We're gonna scoop it all into here. Oh yeah, slow-mo cam. Slow-mo. Okay. Here we go. And after we get this all in here, I'm not done yet, but then you want to flat it all out. So we'll get back to you when we're done with that. Okay, so, see, gotta keep track of that. That would have been made it bad. Put that on the scrap one. Now we have this beautiful pie. So what's gonna happen is when we put it in the oven, it's gonna make this all crusty on top. And so if you wanted to add like some sort of watermark, you can. So that's what me and Sam are hopefully gonna do, unless we can't find anything. So after we find something, then we'll tell you. Okay, so now we're back. We took some chocolate chips. We made a W, stands for WYMLA, and hopefully that's not gonna sink into it when it cooks. So now we're gonna go over to our high-tech oven. See, 350 right there. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this in.
Watch your hands.
Yeah. We're gonna put this in. Okay. Sam can see that.
Yep.
Alright. We're gonna close it. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit the timer. Then we're gonna put it on for 1 whole hour. Oh no. Yeah, I'm not good with ovens in general.
Or microwaves.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wait just to go back up. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is, I did it wrong. I did 1000, which would be 10 minutes, and so this is by the minutes, not by the hour. So what we would have to do is we put the second, even though it's only 315, that's the thing. That's not a big difference, 15 degrees of temperature. So you have 3 zeros here. We're gonna put a 6, a 0, 0, and a 0. So this is 60 minutes. Okay, this is the minutes. This is the seconds. We're gonna hit this. It's gonna start. Seconds are gonna start going down. And yeah, so the pie's in there. Good. We got a watermark, and yeah. So about that beeping, we can tell that it's done. So Sam can zoom in on it right now, and yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Still has the W on it. Here we go. Move it onto the stove. There you go. It's fully melted. Okay, now what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a napkin. We're gonna let it cool off, and we'll be right back. Okay, so now that it's cooled off and it's all ready to go, picked up some ice cream from the store. So now me and Sam are gonna fix up a bowl of perfect Derby pie and ice cream. So yeah. Okay, so while my sister is being distracted in the background, here is the final look of the W on the Derby pie right before we split it open, okay? So here we go. Right down the middle. Okay. I'm just gonna get a plate. Hopefully this won't collapse on itself. Sam, zoom in on this one. Right here. Wait. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, look at all that. Right there, perfect. Okay. So as this is all melted, we're gonna put it inside of a bowl. And this is how you would serve it. You would put it inside of this bowl. And then what we would do is go over here, get our scooper, come back, get 2 scoops of vanilla ice cream, actually 3 because it's Saturday, and then come back over here, eat it with a spoon. There you go. And here's a video of Sam trying it. Oh, here we go. Cameraman for the win. That tastes better than the vanilla extract, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that's our art making it part, and yeah, so that was Derby pie.